Hello and welcome to Civil Engine Extra Credit as part of BeyondCAD University. In this video, I'm going to show how you can use the new paint system within Civil Engine to quickly apply materials. This was something we snuck in at the last minute before version 1 was released of Civil Engine, and so this wasn't included in the original import and texturing video. So this is a supplement to show how quickly you can now texture using this system. So the first thing to note is that when you first import a surface, you won't see the thumbnails here. That's a known issue. So what you need to do is just save the file and load it again, and they'll show up. All right, so I saved the file. I didn't even have to reload, and now all the textures are here. You can see here in our scene, we've got a simple cube, and you just want to click the import panel over here and the texture tab. You can see this is still in beta, but you can either pick from surface where you click it and then you'll see some attributes about it, or you can select the material that you want from the thumbnail and then you simply click the face and it will show up. So we could do this for any of our textures to very quickly apply to our base model. If we want to apply a tint to it, what we need to do is go to tint, and let's say we want to do a green bike lane. We can apply the tint there, and now when we apply it again, it's going to have the tint applied to it. So it's not going to apply the tint to previously placed textures, but it will after the fact. So feel free to play around with this, but again, much easier to apply textures using this system. This is a simple example. I'm going to now go into a more complex example. All right, for a more complex example, we've got this diverging diamond interchange provided by our friends over at Ardura. This is one of our example projects. You can look out the full version here by loading it, but I've re-imported this base model the same as before, and I want to show you kind of the same process that I did before using applying the textures using the paint system. And as a reminder, you can always, and even now, you can still go to the hierarchy, click on the base model tab, click the drop down, and as you select these various surfaces, these submeshes, you can also tab through them. You'll see a details panel show up over here on the left, and you can apply a texture using this system still. The system that I'm showing, the paint system, is an augmentation of this. It's just going to add more efficiency to your process. So you can see here I've got the grass surface, and if I want to use the old system, then I can go select grass, and you can see here we've got the grass. There's still also a known issue where you may need to reset the texture to white to make sure that it has that native color. All right, so if we want to use the new paint system, you want to go to the import tab again and texture, and then again you need to save this before the thumbnails show up. So let's go to File, Save As, and now all of the thumbnails show up. And now we can do the same thing by just simply clicking the texture that we want and then pasting it onto our surface like this. Like this. We can also do some concrete. And then one trick that you want to try out is if there's something that you don't want to see, you could go to the hierarchy, find it in the submesh component, and either disable visibility or delete it. Or you could also just go here and go to transparent, which is one of the textures, and then you can just click it, and then it's just going to make that surface transparent. So it's kind of another way to delete it. I would only use it if you're trying to go really quickly, because one of the issues you'll face with this is if we want to delete these ones, it's still there, and so it's preventing me from selecting that face behind it. Whereas if I went and deleted that face in the hierarchy, it's not going to be there, and so I'll be able to better click on things behind it. So that is a really quick tool, but it's something you should also only use if you're trying to go quickly, with the understanding that things behind it you're not actually deleting it, that you're just kind of disabling the visibility by applying a transparent texture. Anyway, I'll continue through and just keep applying these textures to show how much more efficient this system is. All right, and when you're done, you just want to right click. That's going to take you out of the paint mode, And then you can go on to other aspects of Civil Engine. We would probably place trees and traffic and so on after that. So hopefully this makes sense. It's pretty straightforward. This allows you to texture in seconds instead of minutes, which is really efficient. And so that's it. This one's going to be short. I'm Sam, and I'll talk to you in the next Extra Credit video.